Peter, we'll start on the unbeaten run. How good has it been and how positive for this team has it been to go on a bit of a run like that?
Well, it's certainly a nicer feeling when you come into training knowing that you've done well the last game you've played, and for the boys to say now they're 6 unbeaten, that's good. But that's only good if you then make it 7 unbeaten, because it's the next game that's the most important one. And but the boys have had a very, very good week. They had Monday off because we've just had 10 matches in just over a month, which is too many for the start of the season. So we've had to be a little bit careful with them. They trained Tuesday, trained Thursday, and they've looked nice and bright. And so a bit more preparation now for another big game on Saturday.
And a few of those have been draws, but it's encouraging for you to see, certainly with recent attacking displays and the defensive display away at Maidenhead, that some of those in time, when we play like that, will definitely be turning into wins.
Well, if we get away draws and home wins, we're delighted with that. And and I think in all the draws that we've had opportunities to go and get another goal, which might have then, of course, finished off with 3 points. So there is positive signs, but the reason there's positive signs is because I think the way the boys have worked. I think we've outworked opposition at times, and we've looked very, very fit. And that's what we've got to do. It doesn't mean now all of a sudden we're better than other teams and we haven't then got to work as hard and have the same desire. So we've got to keep at it. It's a very, very long way to go, but of course we're very pleased with our recent form.
And you mentioned how nice it is coming into training off the back of a win. Just how good is it though coming in off the back of a win and a clean sheet that was also important?
Well, I think the majority of players have deserved a clean sheet. I think there's been times where we've been punished where an individual has made a mistake, and hopefully on Saturday it's the start of getting more clean sheets. We've got an amazing goalkeeper behind everybody who we would love to not have to have anything to do. So we know that he'll save us on certain opportunities, but we know as a group of players we've got to work even harder to not allow the opposition to have too many chances.
10 games in, Hartlepool and Torquay up next, teams that are very close to ourselves, split by goal difference. Give me your thoughts ahead of the game at the weekend against Hartlepool.
Hartlepool, I think, have got some excellent players. They're in good form as well. They've had a decent start. They've got a lot of good footballers with a good experience in the National League. So we know what a tough game that's going to be. Craig's gone back in there as manager. The boys seem to be happy with everything he's doing. So they're difficult opponents, and they've got some good strikers. They've got some very, very good footballers. But we also know that we've got to make sure that we go and test them.
And every game in this division is obviously a tough one. You can't rest on any opponents. But do you look at these games where we're joint on points with teams like the next two? Do you look at these games any differently?
Not really, no, because I think it's an early part of the season. People are getting to know each other. Other teams would have had difficult games against Hartlepool or Torquay or whatever. They're going to be new opponents for us. We just got to get on with it. But what you do know in the National League is that if you don't compete and you're second best in too many areas, then you're going to have a problem.
And you said about competing. We're within touching distance of those playoff spots. We're a point off. We're 2 points off joint fourth, I think it is at the minute. Is it good at this stage to be within touching distance?
Well, I think it's good not to be in the position that we were last year, where we were just so far behind, and so people knew that the only thing we had on our agenda was not going down. I think now we've got the opportunity to show teams and show our supporters that we're a good football team. If we could manage another 3 points or 4 points out the next 2 games, I'd be over the moon with that, because that's another 2 competitive games that we've got. But I think that's the thing with the league. It's just a very good league, very good level, very competitive.
And Mitch Brundle missed the game last weekend with a slight niggle. Can you give us any other injury updates?
Yeah, Mitch is still not there yet, but he's not far away. Harold Odometi trained today and looked very, very good. So he's put himself in contention, which is nice. And Liam Gordon and Alex McQueen have come back from international duty, fit and well, and they're quite pleased. They played near on 2 matches each. That's good for their fitness.
Any news on Chiki Kande? I know he took a whack on that same hamstring game.
Same thing. Probably not this weekend, but not far away.
And you mentioned Alex and Liam. Both had relatively successful trips with their international teams. Is it good for you to have those as options coming back into the squad?
Well, we were a little bit light last Saturday. We only had 16 players available, and so there were the 5 on the bench. That was it. So now it's nice. Now, if it means Harold comes through better, and we've now got Alex and Liam back, all of a sudden we're a bit stronger.
And just finally, it's certainly been noticeable in recent games that the fans have been right behind the team, really support the way that we've been trying to play at the minute. Just how much does it benefit everyone when all involved are pulling in that right direction?
Well, every time I see them, I do tell the fans how much we appreciate them, and I can assure you it's not just words. You know, the players know the commitment the supporters are showing, and the amount of people that were at Maidenhead was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And I'm just pleased that whenever anybody does that, you're not embarrassed that it's not a good performance and they're not rewarded for the effort and the income that they pay, or the outlay they pay. So it's great, and we want it to be a fantastic relationship. That's what we want. I want the supporters to appreciate the fans, to appreciate the players, and if they do that, I think that they'll get the same back from the players. It's great.
Peter, best of luck for Saturday.
Thank you.